Effective patterns that are quick and easy to tie and use widely available materials are the bread and butter of every trout angler. Few patterns are as effective and as quick and easy to tie as Bob Wyatt's Grey Boy Buzzer, which he ties in two variations. This one has a dubbed abdomen and a second version that uses feather barbs for the abdomen. The remainder of the pattern remains the same. The hook in the vise is a Sprite scud hook, medium wire in size 12. Bob prefers a down eye hook for this pattern. The thread is Sparton 6/0 in white, and I attach it just slightly back of the eye. Run it down to about a third into the shank. Trim away the waste. The abdomen is a grey hare's ear. And for the sake of efficiency of tying, Bob dubs it and wraps it backwards towards the bend in a thin abdomen that works well into the bend of the hook. Once there, the white thread is spiraled in fairly close turns back to the thorax position. For the thorax, most secondary feathers can be used, and what you're looking for is to find these fluffy bits, but still some straight barbs closer to the stem. These feathers can be found on most birds. The fluffy bits will form the breathers of this buzzer pattern. So the aim is to tie it in that the Wingcase itself has the relatively straight barbs. Tie it in on top. And snip away the waste. Tie down the stubs. Some more of the dark grey hare's ear. Tightly dubbed on. The shape of the thorax is such that it will taper down towards the eye. It is relatively heavy at the back. Now fold it over. Tie it down. Bob likes the breathers to go straight forward, so the whip finishing takes place on top. And then rather than cut these off, they are just slipped away. The thread, the same white Sparton 6/0. Again tied in just slightly back of the eye. Wrap down to about a third. Waist is snipped. Where the first version had a hare's ear for the abdomen, in this case it's a few strands of a dark grey feather. These barbs are from a heron, but a grey goose is a very good alternative and is likely easier to obtain. Tied in on top with the tips facing forward. The thread is wrapped well into the bend, then waits to receive the earl. When it gets a little shorter, I'll just clip on the easy pliers. Continue to wrap towards the waiting thread. The thread catches and again ribs in quite closely spaced. Turns back to the thorax position. The waist of the herl are snipped. The remainder of the fly follows the same path. Again, some of these fluffy barbs. Simply tied down. Some dark grey hare's ear. In a tight noodle. Wrapped back. Then come forward and pull over the wingcase. And finish off with a 3-turn whip finish on top. Thread waist snipped. And again, the fluff is pulled away, leaving some fluffy breathers.